This is modern homesteading. So anyone who watches my channel regularly will know that I love my White's boots. This pair here I've been wearing going on 20 years now. They've been rebuilt once, it's time for them to be rebuilt again. And I was just getting ready to send them in when I was contacted by a master boot builder by the name of Adam up in the Midwest. And he said, and I'll quote, "I'll build you the best pair of boots that you've ever had in your whole life." So I contacted him, and he sent me a fit kit, and he agreed to go ahead and be on this video and audio as I take all the measurements. So Mrs. Wranglerstar is going to do a custom measure for me. He'll walk us through it, and he's an interesting guy. I can't wait to get my boots, and I just don't know that I'd be able to find or have a better guy build boots for me. So I'm excited about it, and I'm going to share the experience with you, provide his information if you'd like to order your own.
Boot shop.
Hey Adam, this is Cody calling back.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's measure.
All right.
All right, I'm going to take the chair here, and my wife has got the pencil, the tape measure, and everything's ready.
All right.
Now, Adam, talk a little bit about leather selection for guys that want to order it. You know, you talk about heavy use versus maybe light use. What you would recommend?
Well, for light use, I just regular old 5-ounce, 6-ounce oil pan with a real good lining leather inside of it. And I always use a good lining leather. If you're hard on boots, you better not tell me that you're hard on boots, because I'll build you the heaviest damn boots you ever seen. A lot of guys, they've told me they're hard on boots, and then they get them, they're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this boot's so heavy." Is it? Well, don't threaten me with a good time.
Okay. Now you said that you like to use elk hide for the liner. Why is that?
Well, it stays soft. Over the long period, it doesn't get hard like a lot of other cheap lining leathers will do. A lot of guys will use cow calf and things like that, and they're all fine and good. They're soft when you get them, but over time they tend to harden up. The elk hide just maintains its suppleness better, and it transfers moisture and everything better. In my opinion, that's what I believe, and that's why I use it. It costs more to use, but I don't care. You know, the price could double right now, and I'd still buy it and use it, you know.
Now, when we were talking earlier, you were talking about how boots, they kind of rot from the inside, and putting protected on the outside doesn't fix that. So you were recommended that you want to treat the in and the outside of them. Yeah,
treat the inside and the outside of the boot. And it doesn't hurt to take and wash your boots from time to time, and then washing them on the inside. If you'll just dump like a capful, 2 or 3 capfuls, I guess, of isopropyl alcohol, and then run some hot water in there and swish it all around.
Yeah, that's a good idea. What's your take on breaking in boots? There's a lot of good information and bad information out there. Guys will say you need to stand in water or you need to make mink oil. What do you think?
Oh, about breaking in a pair of boots?
Yeah.
Don't stand in water with them. That gets the whole boot wet. One thing you can do is run the conditioner inside of there. I make a conditioner I send out with a pair of boots, and if you dump my conditioner in there and just walk around with it, it'll make a mess out of your socks, but you can change them anyhow. And just breaking in the boots, you know, you really just got to wear them.
Yeah, got to wear them. All right, great. Well, we'll get the other side traced out here, and I'll put the information for guys that want to order boots. So a couple questions are going to come up for a basic set of 8 or 10-inch work boots, custom made. You know, out of what are you looking at for price, and how long would it take a guy to get a set once he gets the paperwork to you?
Well, once he gets the paperwork, I take a 50% deposit, and then I'll send out the fit form, and generally I go around 4.5 plus shipping for boots, and that's all leather, lining and everything like that, custom fit. I don't nickel and dime a guy on hand cut leg patterns and all that, because got my hand cut it all anyway. But yeah, 4.5. I do okay at 4.5.
Now, one thing that you mentioned that you're doing that I like is talk a little bit about you're gonna work up the top of the boots before you sole them and then send them out. How does that work, and why do you do that?
Well, I do that because I can't get inside your head and tell you what you think fits. You know, fit's all a matter of perception. You got some guys that like to shuffle around in them like a fireman. You know, fireman's fit, they call it, where you just dump your foot into a bucket, basically. And then you got like the John Henry type fit. You can tell he wasn't shuffling around. He had his boots on real snug, you know.
Right.
So it's pretty well. I can't decide that for you. So what I do is I build the boot to your measurements, and I leave it laced up on the bottom, and I pull the last out, and I send it to you, and you try the boot on, and there's going to be a heel block with it. You stand on that, and you'll check to make sure that you think it fits. Now, I can match your measurements all day long, but that don't really mean what's in your head. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why I do that. I do that first fit, because then, especially over these over-the-phone measurements, I don't know how you took a measurement. You know what I mean? I don't know how you pulled the tape or any of that. So I got to check all that. Because you build the toughest damn boot in the world, but if it don't fit, it don't amount to a hill of beans, really, as far as I'm concerned. If it don't fit, it ain't worth nothing. Now, you doing the left one or the right one first?
We'll do the left first.
All right. Now go ahead. You're going to put all your weight down on that left foot.
Okay.
All right. Stare straight ahead. And she's going to hold that pencil straight up and down all the way around the foot. And it's real important that straight up or down, especially in the toe and heel area there.
Okay, we got it.
All right. And then with all your weight still on there, go ahead and do your measurements up the leg. Oh, and you got your socks you normally wear on?
I got my sock on.
Okay. And you're going to measure up the leg, and if you're going to wear your trousers inside the boots, you want to measure around your trousers.
Okay, yeah, I usually have...
Otherwise, just around the leg.
Okay, she's going around, so how tight does she pull it?
Well, as tight as you want it. Generally, just pull it snug, and then let it back off just a little bit.
Okay, what do you got?
Okay, so I would say 11.
If we go with the 10-inch boot, the 10-inch is the last measurement?
Yeah, if all you need is a 10-inch boot, then 10 inches will be fine.
Okay, where do we start?
All right, you start at the big toe joint and the little toe joint. You know, you got that knuckle bone behind your big toe.
Yeah.
You find the middle of that, and then wrap that tape underneath your foot, and then around that little toe joint.
Okay.
So
up to the top.
So not the big bone?
No, just the inside. So the big bone on the inside of your big toe there, you're just in between that and your toe.
Yeah, all the way around it.
Okay.
Right on that big metatarsal bone.
Oh, so on the bone.
Yeah, right on the bone.
The widest part of the toes.
Go across straight. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be the widest part of
9
the foot right there.
Okay, so we got that. So what's the waist measurement?
The waist is just behind them bones there.
Yeah?
Your foot kind of narrows in just a little bit.
Okay.
Be at the very bottom of the instep and just behind the metatarsal bones.
So it's 8 and... Is that tight? The correct tightness?
Back a little bit up, 8 3/4.
8 3/4? Okay.
Okay, so we got that, and then the instep.
Yeah, and then the instep, it's going to be just under the middle of the arch, and then around the top of the instep, and on the outside of the foot, there's a cuboid bone. That's what it's called. That's a protrusion there. You can feel around for it if it's not real obvious visually.
Yeah, I can feel it.
So you want it
and then you wrap the tape around that.
So you go around that bone?
Yeah, around that bone, around the arch, and then take the measurement on the top of the instep.
Okay. So that's 10 inches.
10 or 10 and a quarter.
It's like 10 to me.
Okay. And then the heel.
Okay, so we got that, and then the heel.
The heel. Now, with you just kind of act like you're pointing your toes downward.
Okay.
And that's the angle that your foot's going to enter the boot.
Right.
And then that's going to be the widest part around there. It's going to be at the very top of the instep and around the back toward the bottom of the heel.
And do you go?
Widest point around there.
Do you go in front of the ankle bone or on top of it?
What do you mean?
Oh, I got on the inside there. I got ankle bone that sticks out.
Oh yeah. It'll be on the foot side of the ankle bone.
Okay, got it. Well, a little bit tighter.
Okay, so that's 13.
13.
Okay.
Okay, we got that.
All right, and then you need to note whether you have a high, low, or medium instep and arch.
How do you figure that?
Well, it's a matter of perception, I guess.
Yeah, I think.
High arch, it's obvious. If you got like no arch, it's obvious, and if you don't got either, it's kind of in between.
Okay, I'd say in between then. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so so the process is that you order the package and then you sent us out this file here, which you'll keep obviously. So if we wanted to order another pair of boots, you'd have everything on record for us. You sent a tape measure, and that was nice. So once we get this back into you, and then 50% deposit, and then you'll send back your workup, and then we'll just double check the measurements, and then back to you, and then the next package we get is going to be our boots.
Yep, that's how that works.
Well, I'm excited, Adam.
And then I don't have to do that first fit more than once unless, like, let's say you order a packer and you try that on and it's all good, and then you call up later you want a pull-on. Well, pull-on's going to fit different than a packer is, so we got to do the first fit thing again. But, yeah, if somebody wants to order up, they can just order up after that.
All right, so last thing I'll ask you is how far out are you on a pair of boots if a guy wanted to order some today?
Right now, I reckon about 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
And with the holidays, it might even be 10. I don't know.
Okay. Well, thank you, Adam. I appreciate you walking us through this, and we'll get this right out to you, and I can't wait to get my boots.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Yep, bye-bye.
You don't have to double knot them. And it's just a small thing, but it's those little things make life easier, don't they? All right, so we'll pull these laces through and get them nice and coated.